and ANN and artificial neural networks we are discussing in the last session. And about the ANN, we discussed how it will have the by visualization, how the human eye or human brain will recognize that particular neurons, and it will pass on to the one neuron to another neuron, and how it will how it will save that information, and how that network will happen. Those details we have discussed in detail about AI in the previous session. So today let us discuss about types of the language models. There are few types of language models. So let us discuss those language models. So based on the architecture of the AI, there are, and generative AI, there are types of language models. That is statistical language model and n-gram model, bigram model, and trigram model will be there. So these are parts of the language model. I'm just explaining you that how it will, how the models will be there, what different types of models will be there. Those details I'm giving. Later part of time, we will go in detail about other parts like Python libraries, what are libraries we are going to use, how we are going to use those libraries, and how we are going to install Jupyter, and what is the map reduce technique, and how we are going to use NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, and Keras. So those in detail we are going to discuss in upcoming sessions. Yeah, today we will discuss about a few types of the models. And there is neural network language model as well. Neural network, as I said before, like we had ANN, artificial neural networks. As part of that, there is one model. There is a model which is used to train the data and get the data, and we'll implement that data. Okay. And there are some examples like RNN, LSTM. LSTM models will be there. Okay. So that we'll see in detail. And there is two things again here. Auto encoding model will be there, auto regressive model will be there. So these two models will encode the data and decode the data. So encoding the data and decoding the data is one of the model which we use for artificial intelligence. Majorly in the generative AI, we are going to use that auto encoding and auto regressive models. And in auto encoding, we use two different models. That is BERT model, that is a bidirectional analysis will be done by using the BERT model. And there is another model called GPT model, which is used for decoding the model, decoding of the data. Decoding of the data, we use the GPT model. Okay, this is two things where it will do encoding and it will do decoding as well. So those are the two major things we use to follow. And based on the size of that particular data, what we will do is we will use we use models called like a small language model will be there, and medium language model will be there, and large language model will be there, and massive language models will be there. So there are 4 different types of models will be there, which they will use. Like, so here where we will have the language model, small language model, medium language model, and large language model, massive language model, depending upon the size of the data. Okay, if the size of the data is small, within MBs or GB, so there we go for small language model. Sorry. And when there is a large language models, like a large huge data is there we go for the large language models and massive language models. So these are the different types of the language models that we'll follow when we are implementing the data. And there is another thing, like, I mean, using that small, you will come to know in detail in upcoming sessions what is this large language model, small language model, and massive language models, those things in detail. But now you try to, I'm trying to familiarize these words for you. Okay. So here mobility, in the mobility we will have a single task model, and in that single task model we use Llama and Gemini. These are the two uh, two major languages. Single task model is, let's say, you want to do some task you want to do, some perform some task, only the task. It will not go for any other things. Only task it will do. Let's say you want to convert the CSV file data into some reports you want to do. So CSV file will be there. In that CSV file, some data will be there. That data you want to generate some reports. So what it will do, it will it will do a single task. It is not going to do any other task. That type of model is a single task model. It's a single task model. And when it comes to so those single task models can be done by Llama and Gemini. Llama and Gemini will do those single task models. Whereas when it comes to multimodality, not model, modality actually. So multimodality model. So where I'll tell you in upcoming sessions what is modality. So so sorry, there will be a generative thing. Well, for example, let's take ChatGPT. So you are typing some question, it is giving you the complete information regarding that question. It is generating the information regarding the question. It's not only giving you the information only to the particular user, it is going to give the information to multiple users, and it can do multiple tasks at a time parallelly. It's not going to do a single task like converting the CSV file into your reports, or it's agentic AI. Some agents will be running and doing some tasks. No, it's doing multiple tasks at a time parallelly for multiple users. So that kind of model is called a multimodality model. Multimodality model. Okay. So there are two different types of modalities will be there. One is single task model, and multitask model is there. So this is based on the modality. Okay. And based on accessibility and sources. There are open source models will be there, and Llama is the open source model, and Falcon is also another open source model based on accessibility. The source it will use that modality. Okay. And there is another called closed source model. There's a closed source model, and ChatGPT. GPT is the one of the closed source model, and Gemini. Gemini is also another model which they will use for the Gemini AI is there for single task model. We'll use the Gemini, and specialized task oriented model is also one of the model that they will use for the special cases, special task. We'll use that special task oriented models will be there. You'll come to know in upcoming sessions in detail about that. Okay. And majorly we will use the Jupyter for our coding purpose in our sessions majorly. So Jupyter is one of the famous tool for Python. Jupyter Note used. So using that Jupyter Note, we can try our applications in our local. And there is another thing as well where we'll have a Google Note also will be there. Google Note LM will be there. Colab, or yeah, we can use Google Colab. So Google Colab is also one of the famous tool. Okay. So here you can try your own Python related libraries. See, it is giving you the packages also, what all the methods are used for in that particular OS library. We can list them as well. Let's say if you want to list the files in the particular directory, that path if you give, automatically it will list all the files. Let's say let me give, just giving you introduction guys here about let me create one new folder here. One second. And there need to be some escape sequence we need to be there. So I'll check that part. Okay, so current directory, I gave the current directory instead of this path. So it took the values. Let me check what drive it is. C drive. Okay, for now, let us use the current directory. This I will let you know in upcoming sessions. This is current directory. So in the current directory, you can see what is the information we had, like a sample and sample data. So this is one type of because there is some special characters that need to be escaped for that curl slash actually. So that path will have some issue with that. So I'll come back with that in the upcoming sessions. But I today my focus is majorly to show you how we can launch the Colab, and in the Colab how we can access the packages here, and we can use that packages here. Okay, so let me put some more few more libraries here, or let me show you, like, let's say if you want to print some information here. So here you can, this is a AI. Okay, so what we can do, we can use this particular particular Colab, and we can do the informations here. And not only that, you can do multiple things like a for loop if you want. Okay. See, like this, you can print that information, whatever information you want, you can print here. Like this, what we can do, we can use this Colab and we can do multiple operations. I'm going to explain you more, guys, more about Python libraries and Python, where we majorly will be working on these Python libraries, and there will be multiple functions we are going to use, multiple libraries we are going to use. So there are inbuilt variables will be there, inbuilt functions will be there, methods will be there. We are going to call them and we are going to utilize them as well. Okay, so we are going to see. I just introduced this one. This OS list dir. I will tell you in upcoming sessions how we can list that one. Majorly we used to do on Linux. In Windows there is some special things we need to do. So I'll check that and come back to you. Okay. Yeah. Fine, guys. We'll stop here. We'll come back tomorrow with more in details. We have a lot of other things also we need to discuss. I will discuss in upcoming sessions. Thank you.